Good morning, good happy Friday morning to everyone. Happy Friday morning on Kindness Rising. I appreciate everyone joining me today. You may notice a few things that are a little different on Kindness Rising today. Appreciate it. One is I'm not wearing my tooth. This is not intentional. It was simply getting ready today and left it in another place. And that's because we're in a new studio today, coming to you live from my basement here in Binghamton, New York. I'm very interested in feedback on how things are going and what you think about the basement. I'm going to be making changes over time. I've got my hand over here. I think that people will have probably opinions about that. I'm kind of looking at it and going, "What's it pointing at?" And I got my Bobby Weir poster behind me today to remind me of something that I love, which is the Grateful Dead. And that night in particular was a special night for me, seeing Bobby in a small venue. So it was a night that brought me joy. And that's what today's topic is. Today's topic is joy. Actually, it brought me happiness. It didn't bring me joy, because that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a little bit about the differences between happiness and joy. We're going to talk about organizations that are bringing joy to the world, giving meaning to happiness. We can be joyful even in the midst of not being happy. And let me explain what I mean by that. There's actually research done into those words and into people's feelings. And happiness is very circumstantial. Happiness is when you get to go see Bobby in the Grateful Dead in a small venue for a couple of hours and get excited and have some fun. Happiness is when something goes your way, but we know it can be taken away at any moment. Joy is deeper than that. Joy is finding purpose. Joy is having deep moments of happiness, of knowing you're in the right place, of feeling connected in the world. Happiness is your birthday. Joy is getting uh, purpose and deep connection beyond the day, beyond the moment. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the word joy. And I think it connects back to a lot of the stuff we went through this week. Earlier in the week, I had a pretty vulnerable moment. I was very unhappy. I still have moments of unhappiness, things that happen in life uh, that take me down for a bit. But I'm still joyful. I'm still joyful in the world. I'm still hopeful, and that's what we bring. We bring hope, humanity, and heart every day. I hope people find that people have an idea that and understand the difference that even in our moments of unhappiness, we can still try to find joy in our hearts and perspective. Talk about that too on the show quite a bit. So, welcome to Kindness Rising, your daily dose of humanity, hope, and heart. Every day, 7:30 a.m. We come here as the opener for Keith Billis and Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. Excuse me that I didn't turn my text messages off. I seem to be getting pinged by someone this morning. And we're still going to talk about those cultural moments, right? We talk about those moments that reflect the world in a time of significance. But I want to get back to the joy thing. I always bring some research every morning, a little bit of something that gives context for our conversation today and every day. And so has been research done about joy, and what it finds is that there was a research done with over 17,000 participants, and it talks about moments of happiness versus moments of joy. And when you string together these activities of happiness, actually, what they found the sweet spot in this particular research, was 7 days. Some people say it's 21 days. This particular research found 7 days of doing micro acts, small moments of kindness and giving back. People are 49% less likely, and this is in the workplace. I apologize, I didn't give that context. In the workplace, 7 days in a row of uh, of of micro acts, of small moments of kindness that are very easy to accomplish. That people are 49% more likely to consider, or 49% less likely, excuse me, to consider staying in their job. Right? They're less likely to consider leaving their job, looking for new work, because they're finding joy in those moments of kindness. What was very interesting about this is that there were actually racial disparities and social disparities. And what this research, again, of 17,000 people found was that young people, African American people, Hispanic people, and those who are defined as economically disadvantaged. I honestly don't know how this study defined economically disadvantaged, but they're the people who benefited the most. Those factors, that data, 49% less likely to consider finding a new job, was stronger in people who are considered disadvantaged, at-risk populations, those words that are thrown around by sociology. Um, so this is not about your place in life. This is about doing the acts of consistently showing up, doing those acts of kindness, and that also that joy in life can emerge even in moments of hardship, even when you're unhappy. Joy is more effective than happiness in the pursuit of resilience, um, and that's the key. That's the key. Finding joy in our lives, because life is going to have ups. It's going to have downs. We have all experienced it. It's pretty basic, but the idea that uh, leaning into joy and choosing to be joyful and having a perspective of gratitude. We've talked about that word as well, is going to bring us more meaning in our lives. So I'm going to get on with the core of the show. We're going to do a kindness spotlight. I'm going to have a kindness call. I'm going to try something new today. I don't know how it's going to work because it's spontaneous. It's something Keith and I have talked about doing, which is I'm actually going to share my scroll. I've got LinkedIn uh, set to show today. We're going to roll through Matt Roof's LinkedIn and see what shows up in terms of uncommon kindness, in terms of joy, in terms of those words that we use every day to help us bring hope, humanity, and heart, one moment at a time. But I do want to get to a kindness spotlight about joy. Another major organization that we probably all have interacted with in our lives. Some people are huge fans. Other people like to make fun of it a little bit because they have a different favorite place to go. It's Dunkin' Donuts, actually. So my friends up in Massachusetts who might be watching, I know you're huge Dunkin' fans up there. Out west, you guys got your Starbucks and other places. But this is about Dunkin' Donuts and something that they have. They actually have a foundation. It's called the Joy in Childhood Foundation. It was founded in 2006, so it's nearly 20 years of giving back that Dunkin' franchises have done. Their mission is simple: it's to bring joy to kids that are battling hunger and illness. Two things that are huge in our society. Last year, they gave almost $11 million in grants. It impacted 2.6 million children, 240 grants to hospitals, 300 grants to food banks in local communities, and over 30,000 volunteer hours over the past 11 years through the Duncan Joy in Childhood Foundation. So when you go out there and you get your extra large with a regular or with cream or however you decide to order it, and you see the Joy in Children Foundation, perhaps you think about the fact that um, People are benefiting from that, and it's local. The local franchisees get involved, so the franchisees who choose to participate in the Joy in Childhood Foundation, they're giving back in their local communities. It's not going into a large pot and going to some hospital in Texas or in another place. It's actually going locally. So again, if you see that Joy in Childhood Foundation at Dunkin' Donuts and you're getting your combo meal, just remember you're giving an opportunity for a child to find joy amidst their momentary unhappiness, of hunger, and of sickness. So please continue to give back when you go to Dunkin'. I'm a Starbucks guy, frankly. Maybe I'm a little snotty about that. I do enjoy a Dunkin' once in a while, but when I go to Dunkin', I like to think about the fact that I'm giving back. The Shop Dunkin' gear store that they have, 100% of the proceeds from Shop Dunkin'. So when you see people walking around with their Dunkin' Donuts T-shirts and their hats and things, just know that those people are contributing too. And don't forget that those simple acts can have transformational impact. Going to Dunkin' and supporting that foundation. You don't have to give money either. Remember, you can create joy through little things. Reading a bedtime story to a kid, smiling at someone who clearly looks as though they might be not happy in the moment. So it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be a simple act, and I hope you will get out there and continue to spread joy, to show your joy, to feel joy in your heart, even in your moments of unhappiness, especially in your moments of glee and extra happiness. That's what we talk about here. So I am going to switch gears as time goes on here. Usually, this is the time when I get into my uncommon good news, and I can tell you about all the awesome stuff that's happening at places like Patagonia, one of my favorites to talk about. We've talked about other organizations, Salesforce, and others that are giving back and helping to find joy at work. But this is my reminder about work, and then we'll get into that fun little activity of streaming my LinkedIn and seeing what we find together. Um, so here's what I think about joy at work a little bit here, and I'm trying to do this as I pull up my LinkedIn. Um, Joy at work. Joy at work is not about ping pong tables. It's not about pizza parties. It's not about the little things that employers give. Sure, those give momentary seconds of happiness for people, but joy at work is about giving back. It's about kindness at work. It's about the everyday what we do, not what we say as leaders at work. So just remember that as you're interacting with other people. If you're working in a corporate environment or an environment with other people, it's the little tiny moments that are going to give joy for people. Not all those extra perks. They're nice to haves. They're not must haves. So that's my little bit of leadership advice and idea on a Friday. But I do want to move on to LinkedIn because I think this is going to be fun opportunity for us to check out my LinkedIn page, to share some of the things that I see every day. You can always interact with Uncommon Kindness if you want to find out more about the work that I'm doing to spread kindness. I've got my show here, Kindness Rising. I feature that on LinkedIn. I'm going to be starting to feature the Visibility Project. That's my support of nonprofits, of charities, of social impact organizations. There's a lot of those organizations that don't understand the power of social media. We see a lot of it, but there's still so many that I think can get some help on building content and having an impact through social media. So the Visibility Project is out there for anyone who might want to learn a little more grow into social media together and expand their impact. But here's my LinkedIn feed. It is what it is. Let's see what we find. Evan Marks. Evan Marks is a consultant. I just opened up to his page. While we pause this Friday for our Friday groove bake, take a moment to enjoy the journey. That's what joy is about. The winner is the one who enjoys his journey in life. Look at that guy jamming as he finishes up the Boston Marathon, or maybe not the Boston Marathon, some marathon. So that's a cool moment of joy. William Winterfielder showing us a picture of his bunny, his rabbit. We had a funny conversation in our family. Is there a difference between a bunny and a rabbit? That's a question that we asked ourselves in my family this week. It was a pretty funny conversation. Um, uh, Daniel Allison, he was a guest on Keith and Friends, on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends lately. He's got a great morning show too. He brings about 15 minutes every morning, called The First Sip. Good guy. Check him out. Here's one of my favorite people in my feed. This is Allison Rossi. That's Allison with two L's. She's talking about her toxic trait, the love of black licorice and the taste of Robitussin. Uh, that's a little weird there, Allison, but you do you, I guess, right? Um, that's a pretty awesome stuff. What's the weird trait that you guys have? What do you like that most people don't really like? There's things that I actually lean into black licorice too. Licorice of all kinds. I love it. It's a little guilty pleasure of mine. There's an awesome local regional licorice made by the Amish people that are just awesome. It's just awesome. It's totally addictive. Um, so here's some more scrolling through. Ramina Massa shows up in my feed on on a regular basis. Ramina's a pretty awesome person living down in the Fort Pierce, Florida world. She brings a lot of joy to my feed every day. She leans into her own neurodivergency and the impact that she has on marketing in that world. Keep scrolling here. Let's see what we find. Leah Sitkoff's calling herself Snow White. I love that LinkedIn right now, people who've not been on LinkedIn in a while might not know this, that LinkedIn is really changing. It's evolving. It used to be very stiff and conservative, and there's a group of people that I'm a part of that that are leaning into their weirdness on LinkedIn and their personality and showing more of themselves. And as we scroll up, I find one of my, again, another a great guy, Danny Maldonado. He actually runs an organization focused on helping people find their personality on LinkedIn. I've interacted personally with Danny. He's actually helped me with some of my socials, so that's been a cool experience too. Jordan Murphy, he's a branding guy, asking us a question: can templates beat skills? It's a good question. I'm leaning into templates as part of my visibility project that I'm announcing and talking about in the world. I think templates uh, are a huge advantage that we have. It helps us to bring consistency to our brand. And the nice thing about templates is you can build templates that are the background templates, things like my little logo I show here, my waterfall that I show on my show, and and then add your personality on top of it. I love to. Here's Michael Kanatsky, considers himself the dad in chief. I love when people share their personal lives. We all have lives outside of our work that definitely impact us. our lives are all intertwined with our personal and the places that we find joy and people who are bringing it. Oh boy, here's one that's been hot lately, right? This guy that got busted with his not only his mistress, I guess. I don't really love that word, but clearly enjoying himself at a Coldplay concert. We've talked about this guy, or we haven't talked about him, but I've seen him all over the place. And he got shown on the Kiss Cam at a Coldplay concert. What was ironic or kind of even troubling and disturbing is that this is a CEO and the VP of Human Resources of a public company. Oh, there they are again, showing up all over the place. It's a real lesson for us in the fact, especially as leaders, that what we do in public is what really shows and impacts the culture of our organization. Roger Brooks, a local guy. I actually went to high school with Roger. He's a few years older than me, but he's doing some awesome work. He just wrote a book called The Sacred Order, and it's actually while it's a religious undertones to it, not overtones. It is about religion. It's also about the impact of our businesses on business. So check out Roger. He actually has some really great motivating content if you get a chance. And send me some feedback about this. Are people bored with this? Do they think it's cool? Is it funny? What do you want to talk about on the show? Trying to keep it a little light here on a Friday and try something new. Um, but that's I find some inspiration all throughout LinkedIn throughout my day. I try not to get stuck in the scroll too bad, but it does happen. Steve Kirchhoff, he's here, a guy who's really fighting against addiction. I've shared my stories of addiction. I hope that Steve's doing well over there in the UK, working hard on his physical health while he fights against his own demons of alcoholism. He's talked about it openly. I don't think he'd mind me sharing. That's his entire world. His entire business is helping people to fight against addiction. Oh, here's a good one. I like this. This person wrote this on their earbuds, right? Listening to the wrong advice is dangerous. What you listen to and who you listen to is what you become. I hope that people will listen here on Kindness Rising and become kind. We'll listen to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends and have some fun with that because the positivity of the message, although it's a little wild, circus zoo type atmosphere sometimes, the underlying core is of positivity and of getting real. So I think I'll stop with this fun little activity here. Jump into the comments next. I do see some comments coming through. We'll see if anybody new has joined us. All of our old, all of our I don't want to say old. I don't want to call anybody old. Our ongoing friends are participating here in the comments. Of course, it's Lady Drew thanking me for the show and saying never give up, um, uh, talking about what we're having for breakfast, I guess, this morning. Jiffy creamy peanut butter with grandma's molasses on pancakes. My wife, Heather, is a huge molasses fan. And it's not really my thing, but there are people who are big who are big fans of it. And then lastly, this is a great message. Thanks, Lady Drew, for participating here. There is never shame in requesting true assistance that one needs. There's only shame in not gaining the true assistance. Leaning in to help is a huge thing of what I do every day. It's changed my life. Being able to reach out for help, realizing that I can't do it alone and that I don't have all the answers. As a matter of fact, I know that I know nothing in the world. I just know that every day is a chance to have an impact in the world, and that's what we're trying to do here on Kindness Rising. So thank you all who participated in the comments. Again, I'd love to see people get more involved in those comments. I'm going to pull my LinkedIn off of the feed and hope that people like that. I want to hear from you. Please don't hesitate. Reach out to me. DM me on LinkedIn. My email is all over the place. It's mlrouff429 at Gmail. Come see me. Come talk to me. Tell me what you got going on. I love to have coffee chats with people if people are interested in having a 30-minute talk about what we're working on in life, and maybe we'll find some connections. So, winding down the show today, the end of week 2, 10 shows in a row. I reached double digits. Some people said it wouldn't last. I say I'm going to keep coming and keep showing up. 10 days does not make a life, but I'm pretty proud of the fact that I showed up here, brought my genuine self to this show. That people are here, they're engaged, and trying to make a difference in the world a little bit. So thank you very much to everybody who brought themselves for the past 10 days. And I hope, and I know, not hope, I know more will be joining us over time as we expand the show, as I lean into innovation. It's been a little bit of talking head for the first 2 weeks as I'm learning my way around. I put it out there. I'm welcoming guests to the show. If you want to be a guest on the show, if you're a nonprofit, a charity, a social impact organization, someone who's doing good work for good people in their community, please come join me on Kindness Rising. I'd be glad to send you my Calendly link, get you on here. We can have a conversation about all the good work you're doing, your opinions on kindness, and how it's impacted your life, because that's what we're doing. It's not just about Matthew Roof, it's about the entire world out there. So thank you, everyone who's coming to the show. I'll be reaching out. I'll be having curated guests, people who I really want to have on the show, and I'll be having surprise guests, people who I don't even know about. I want to meet people. I want to use the show as a way to amplify your voice, and I hope that we'll get there together. So with the last 2 minutes, I do want to mention that cultural impact. I promised I would do it every day. Did it this week. I shared some videos, got into some little bit of trouble with YouTube, reminding me that that material is copyrighted, and that's okay. I'm learning as I go, because we're all about progress over perfection. But today's song that I want to talk about is one that was really, really popular. It's still all over the world. It's connected to joy. I know a lot of people hear this song and start tapping their toes. Some people say it's overplayed, overused, but I still every once in a while come across the song, and I can't help but to listen to it. It's got a great little jingle, and it's happy. Well, I think that might be obvious. Happy by Pharrell Williams. We all sing it. We all know it. Uh, it reminds me of the Bobby McFerrin "Don't Worry, Be Happy" times. It reminds me that even amongst in our troubles, with all the problems that we have in the world, we can still choose happiness. And when we choose happiness consistently over and over, we find joy and we find meaning in the world. And so that's what I did it every day. We're winding down on time here. I do want to share last why we did this, why I talked a little bit and music. And there's a neuroscientist and a musician. His name is Dr. Daniel Levitin. And I think he explained this phenomenon perfectly about music. He says the right piece of music can help tilt your mood toward being more trusting, feeling more engaged with society and with your life. I think the song Happy does that. I think some of the other ones, Imagine by John Lennon, We Are the World, True Colors, Cyndi Lauper, that we talked about all week long. I think those are really what can have a dramatic impact in our lives. So it's 8 o'clock. It's time for everyone to switch over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. It's been a great couple of weeks. Thank you. Join me every day right here on YouTube at Kindness Rising, at Mornings in the Lab. Join me. Let's have some continue to bring kindness to the world. And as I say every day as I'm signing off, don't forget this: stay uncommon and stay kind. Thank you, everybody. It's been a great couple weeks.